too
This
much about
conference will
anyway, so
now
it's going
be
to be kind of a
recorded.
short meeting. All right, as always, everything that we're going to talk about today is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. So there's not really much to go over this afternoon. Pretty much everything's kind of in that summertime afternoon dull. But what I'm really looking at is this SR&T, obviously. But the thing is that we got to think, yeah, that much that came in. So on 19, even though it showed up below the bid, it was technically actually hit that ask order. And the thing about the 20 levels, once it gets there, it's so hard to leave. So it makes so much more sense for this thing to pull back as it is before really making any type of push into that 20 and then getting to that 20 to test it. Because once it gets there, that variable has just shown us it's taken so much time. So it makes a lot more sense to build and do exactly what it's doing right this second. I wish, we was started. But the trade itself, you can see the reaction that we had over that 19 really wasn't much at all. And then we have some nice selling that's coming in underneath. So this makes absolute perfect sense. We're really what we're going to be looking for is just for it to kind of hit that bottom. 1850 is definitely a spot to look at just because of that congestion where we could see that shorter term building that happened before, even though it was shorter term, that was beautiful, beautiful volume. And then looking for a trigger back towards the upside. But like I said, makes way more sense for it to build first before hitting 20, then to hit 20, then to build again, and then from 20 there on, they're on. Because obviously the buying in it is absolutely phenomenal. And then we have NKLA. I don't know why I can't say that today. But still, it's only got 55,000 shares. You can see obviously things have slowed down big time, but it's very, very clear on what it needs to do. I mean, if you look right here, that 43, 44, I mean, there's just no question. There's no buying that came in afterwards. There's really no buying before. We don't have buying at 45, and this is a great position out of that print personality. So obviously 43 is going to tell us a lot, but based off of those off-level prints that we saw coming into there before, we have to expect this thing breaking underneath first, and then we'll break it to at least 43. And then based off those prints, it's going to give us a better shorter-term idea of exactly what it's going to do. And then CLSK, I'm going to keep on my side list. There's just something I like about it. I mean, the volume is not great whatsoever, but it did have buying that as we came back up earlier this morning, around that 12, a little bit above, not as much as we'd like to see, but you can see it's been holding on absolutely nothing. So this is one of those type of stocks, because the orders are pretty thin out there considering. I mean, they're not thin overall, but considering what the range and the way that it's trading, this is one of those things that we could see out of nowhere come in with volume. I mean, it's something we'd have to obviously have our order already in there for, but it's something I could just see, coming up to that 1250 and really being able to run out coming into the afternoon, almost kind of like a sleeper trade, because most of the afternoon, I mean, basically from 10:30 on, has really only been building and it's been holding on nothing. So I really like the potential that we have there. Other than that, guys, anything else out there that I missed? Definitely, we're coming into, I mean, it's the late, we're getting, obviously it's only the second week of August, but we're getting into that summertime trading thing where even the morning was absolutely phenomenal, but we're going to have to expect things to start to slow down a bit. So I will talk to everybody in the chat, and happy trading.